everyone, this is Becca from Becca's Music Room. I'm a music teacher who talks about teacher tips, teacher life, teacherpreneurs, and all things that might hopefully make your life just a little bit easier. Today we are back with another teacherpreneur video to talk about whether or not it is too soon to start your blog or TPT shop. Of course, if you find this video interesting or helpful in any way, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share so that we can help other people as well. All right, so when is too early to start a TPT shop? Now, of course, I'm going to be a little bit biased because if you know anything about my story, I started my blog the first year I started teaching. And I started my TPT shop this second year. I actually did not originally intend on doing a TPT shop at all, but I eventually started doing that and I absolutely love it. So is it too early? I would say personally that it is only too early to start a TPT shop if you are not making products for your classroom. So as soon as you start making things for your classroom, then you're ready to open a TPT shop. Are your first things going to be amazing the first year or two that you're teaching? Probably not, but that's okay. And there's gonna be some gems anyway. And so having lots of things, putting them out there, getting started early is awesome. Like, go for it. If you are making products in your classroom, if you're making PowerPoints, worksheets, centers activities, anything, go ahead and start your TPT shop. Now, if you are not making that kind of stuff for your classroom, then go ahead and start doing it for your students first. Like, you want to use your things, create your things, get used to just the process of making things, seeing what works and what doesn't with your students before you start selling it to other people. Because the whole point of Teachers Pay Teachers is that all of the resources are basically proven because they've been tested with actual children in actual classrooms. So as long as you are starting to teach, or maybe you used to teach and you're taking some time off and you're making stuff for your classroom and you know how, then great. If you don't know how, then start looking things up. You can find things on YouTube, find some stuff on Pinterest. There's not a lot at the moment, but there is some stuff about making a TPT shop. I do plan on adding some more videos about like more of the how-to side of it as soon as I figure out how to do screencasting. So if you have any specific recommendations, please leave them down below. But do not be worried about being too young or too early. Seriously, y'all, like I am about to start my third year of teaching, and I was looking through my sales the other day and noticed that one of the products that I had posted had been purchased by someone in my county who had just retired from 30 years of teaching. And she bought one of my piano resources to like use for her private piano students. And I was like, that is crazy. Like, I'm not even in my third year of teaching and she's taught for 30 years and she thinks that it's valuable enough to spend, you know, her $3 on. So don't be worried about being too young or starting it too early. If you are making resources, go for it. The only caveat I'm gonna put into this is that you do wanna be able to dedicate some time to your TPT shop. Now, I am a huge advocate of doing as much work in as little time possible. So you'll see a lot of videos on my channel about productivity. I have videos about how I run my whole blog and TPT shop in 5 hours or less, and an actual vlog through a week of me doing that. So I'm a huge fan of not spending a ton of time. But there is a time investment. You can't just be like, oh, here's one random thing I'm gonna stick up and then not touch it again. If you can put maybe, you know, 2 or 3 to 5 or 6 hours in a week, you will be set. Like, that will be really great. If you can spend like 10 hours, then you'll be like really on top of it. But if you can spend 2 or 3 hours a week, then I think you will be okay for opening a TPT shop. Especially at the beginning, there is a huge amount of growth that happens when you go from one product to 50 products. Everybody on like the TPT Facebook pages talk about when you get to 50 products, it's like something kind of changes and you just see a lot more sales. I think just because more people are seeing it, you're being more consistent, you're getting better at making things. So you really want to be able to dedicate a little bit of time for the first few months so that you can get those ahead. So are you too young or too new to start a TPT shop? No. You can start your TPT shop as soon as you make products for your students, use them in your classroom, and have at least a couple of hours a week to devote to making your products awesome. If you have any questions about this or opinions or completely disagree with me, feel free to leave them down below and we can continue this chat. And if you have anything to add that you think would be a requirement before you start to open a TPT shop, then let me know that as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and have a wonderful week.